Jayhawks, welcome back to Off the Boulevard. I'm your host, Emma Starks.
And I'm your host, Marissa Perales, and thank you for joining us on this beautiful fall afternoon.
Today we'll hear a news update from Armand and Jake, weather from Olivia, and sports from Sean, Jake, and a special guest. Also, we have a few pictures from our crew and what they did over fall break. We'll check them out after this. Let's take a look at some pictures that our crew took over fall break and all the fun things they did.
Here's Spencer's cat. Looks like she's having a fun fall break.
That's a cute cat. I love cats. Oh, there's me. That's me and my mom. We went to this biscuit place in my town. I'm from Wichita. We went there twice. Definitely gained some weight from it, but it was worth it. Oh yeah, there's one of the biscuits. That's called the Clifton. It's got fried chicken, bacon, and gravy with a biscuit on top.
Here's Jake at Dave & Buster's with his family. Looks like they're all having a lot of fun this fall break.
I love losing money at Dave & Buster's. Oh look, there's Elsie on a picnic with her friend. But are they more than friends? I don't know. That looks like a beautiful sunset though in a field.
Here's me napping with my dog, Nix. That's mostly what we did over fall break,
Aww.
But she was enjoying it.
I love all the animals. Oh, here's Maddie. Looks like she's fishing, and she said she was camping with her brother. She looks fun, flirty. Everyone loves a girl who can fish. Ooh, she's in a little hammock. I have one of those.
Here's Jake with his cheese ball. Those are some nice looking cheese balls you got there.
Oh yeah, I love cheese even though I'm not really supposed to eat it, but.
Stay tuned for this and so much more. Thank you guys for joining us.
When you shop local in the heart of the city, you support the people that make our community thrive. The money you spend here stays here, in this place we call our home. Lawrence, Kansas, where there's good old-fashioned hometown pride. Eat local, drink local, shop local.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back, I'm Jake Honer.
And I'm Armand Hosseini, and here are your weekly news.
On Tuesday, Lawrence City Commission approved a plan to fund a $2 million project for a bicycle and pedestrian tunnel under the intersection of 19th and Iowa Street. Manager of the project, Dave Cronin, believes that this tunnel will improve both the safety for crossing the busy intersection and overall community satisfaction. In addition to the new tunnel, a trail will also be added to connect KU's West Campus with the new Central District. As for the dynamics, there has been talk of one long tunnel under Iowa Street or two short tunnels, one under Iowa and the other under 19th. The decision is still up for debate and has yet to be decided by the Commission. Groundbreaking day is set for June of 2018.
The university will conduct an internal review of its basketball program for rule violations due to the NCAA cracking down on all Division I institutions, requiring them to conduct a full review of their programs. Following last month's announcement that federal prosecutors have evidence of bribery and other illegal procedures taking place, and after the Associated Press published an article on Monday stating that more than 24 universities with major basketball programs have possible evidence against them and are being examined, the University of Kansas was listed as being one of those schools. KU Athletic Director Shane Zenger stated Monday that the KU basketball program will fully comply with the NCAA's request, and they have complete confidence that the men's basketball team and staff not only understands NCAA rules, but also follows them. 4 conferences and 20 schools declined to respond to the Associated Press's article, including one university that declined to respond on the record, but acknowledged privately that it was reviewing its program because of the probe. Kansas coach Bill Self said he fears no illusions about what's at stake, stating that this is bigger than us just coming up with ideas. This is us coming up with ideas that can withhold all the headwind that's going to be coming toward it. News following the NCAA's reviews will be to come.
This Thursday, students gathered at the University of Florida to protest a speech made by white supremacist Richard Spencer. Spencer was outraged with the protesters, claiming their contention was ruining free speech. University of Florida officials worried that Spencer's speech would evoke violence as it did in Charlottesville. The governor went so far as to declare a state of emergency for the Alachua County so that law enforcement agencies could work together more efficiently. Only 5 minor injuries were reported outside of the venue where protesters remained for hours. While the University of Florida publicly denounced Spencer's views, they did state that they could not stop him from renting out Phillips Center for the event.
On Monday, a warning from North Korea was given to a United Nations committee, stating that a nuclear war could break out at any moment. North Korea's deputy ambassador claimed that they possess weapons such as the atomic bomb, H-bomb, and intercontinental ballistic rockets. Frightening comments like these are routine from North Korea, and in the last couple months, the Trump administration has amped up the tension with threatening to totally destroy North Korea and frequently mocking its leader, Kim Jong-un. Despite these threats, U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson has continued to work for a solution, claiming Trump has made it clear he would like this to be solved diplomatically. North Korea has rejected any attempts towards peace and says it will continue to build its arsenal of weapons.
Great news. Okay, well, that wraps up for this week. Stay tuned for sports coming up.
Have a nice day. You too. Have a great day. Thanks. You too.
Make someone's day. Pay it forward.
Welcome back to Off the Boulevard. Let's take a look at your forecast. Right now it's 71 degrees up here on Jayhawk Boulevard, and you can tell by this picture there's not much going on. There's some high stratus clouds, but that's about it for right now. Our high today is 72 degrees, and those clouds will clear out a little bit, but some of them will still be lingering around. Going into this weekend and early next week, Saturday is where we have our highest chance of precipitation at 80%, and that's where all of our action is going to be. But as we go into early next week, you'll see that our temperatures start to drop off for our high on Sunday at 69 and a high on Tuesday at a cool 60 degrees, and that's when it'll start to feel like October for us. Okay, and now looking at this temperature map, you can see here how we have this nice boundary layer, and that's our cold front coming in at 7 p.m. on Saturday night. Our warm temperatures are to the south and our cooler temperatures are over here in the mountains, but this yellow temperature is what's gonna bring us all of this rain. Breaking up Saturday, it's going to be quite windy early into the morning hours, but going into the evening and the early morning and night, that's when our chances of precipitation pick up. Those thunderstorms will start to roll in at 4 p.m. and will hit a cool 57 degrees at 10 p.m. So if you're looking to go out Saturday night, I would recommend going out Friday night because it'll be a nice night tonight. And that'll wrap up the weather. We'll be back with sports.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Hello, welcome back to Off the Boulevard. I'm Jake Kaufman.
And I'm Sean Guzman.
Today we're going to be bringing you your sports. So it's been all the talk around campus, KU, Mizzou. The border war continues this Sunday at 3 o'clock, Sprint Center. Tickets are sold out. Each school was getting about 8,500 tickets, sold out within an hour. The last time they played was in 2012, where KU overcame a 19-point deficit, winning 87-86 in overtime. The one thing that's really interesting to me about this game is rules will be the same as any other NCAA Division I game, but the players will be given 7 fouls.
Wow, okay.
And we know this is going to be a sloppy game. It's an exhibition game. Every year, Bill Self's going to come out saying, yeah, we didn't play great, but that's what you're going to expect, of course, from Bill Self. And what I'm really excited to see, though, is the fans. Because, like I said, it's an exhibition game. To the players, it doesn't mean a lot because they haven't lived the rivalry. The people that go to the, KU, people that go to Mizzou, and had not paid attention to their basketball program until they came to school there, they don't know this rivalry. People that go to KU, they know the KU K-State rivalry. They don't know the KU Mizzou rivalry. So the number one thing I'm looking at is the fans. I'm really excited to see the atmosphere. How about you?
Yeah, I think the lead up has been great so far. It's going to continue. The hype is going to continue as we get closer. As you mentioned, it's on pay-per-view for $40. Tickets went for as cheap as $25 in the student section, up to $200 for courtside. A lot of hype, you know, Michael Porter Jr. for Missouri. Everyone gets to see KU's new batch of players as well. I think, you know, we'll be hype. We talked about it earlier, but once we hit half time, it's going to be an outclass game. I think KU does outclass Missouri. And once KU's probably up by 20 at half time, things might die down a little bit.
And as for KU football, we got prime time, 7 o'clock on Fox, going up against number 4 TCU. Vegas gave TCU a 37.5-point favorite. That is a lot. I hope that KU can cover that spread, and if they don't, we got a lot more problems than we even know about. But the one reason I think they will cover the spread isn't because it's large, but throughout the years since TCU joined the Big 12, the KU's kept each game consistently close. The biggest loss they had against TCU was back in 2012, where they lost 20-6. Last year, we lost 24-23, and we had 3 missed field goals. TCU's a much stronger team now. Definitely don't see KU football winning this game, but I definitely see them covering the spread. So if you're going to bet on the game, I would take KU.
Now, personally, I'd have to go a different way from the whole covering the spread. I think TCU is going to obliterate KU. There's 2 ways you can look at this, really. TCU coming off a big win against K-State. Their defensive line gave K-State's quarterback not a chance on earth, really. And you look at KU, we've just been demolished by Iowa State 45-0. We're now coming in against TCU, number 4 in the country. At TCU, primetime TV. I just don't think KU is going to be able to live up to it, really. TCU defensive end, Ben Benogo as well. Team high 4 sacks, he's a transfer student. And, I mean, the stuff he was doing at K-State, put that up against Payson Bender with not much mobility, it's going to be a rough game, I think, for KU.
The one thing I think KU does have going for them, though, is that this is a 7 o'clock game. They have more time to rest. They come off back-to-back 11 a.m. games. The extra couple hours, I think, will benefit them a little bit, but we'll have to just see. And as for KU volleyball, after losing to number 5 Texas last week, they came back to beat number 24 Baylor on Wednesday. And they look to keep their win streak going and stay close to Texas in the standings as they take on Texas Tech tomorrow at 1 p.m. Do you have anything on the game?
Yeah, it was a really good defensive effort from KU. Baylor's a very good defensive team, but you saw 4 players got nice with 10 digs or more. Kelsey Payne leading up with 12, but on the flip side, Kelsey Payne did only have 2 kills and a negative hitting percentage, just their second time this season. So it was good to see KU's big players, when they don't perform, other players like Madison Rigdon and whatnot can step up and fill the gap that maybe they kind of left in that game.
Continuing in women's athletics, KU soccer takes on Oklahoma this weekend. What are you looking at this game, Sean?
Yeah, it's being a topsy-turvy week for KU. Like, just looking back at last weekend's, they beat previously undefeated Texas 2-1 with a late goal, 84th minute. From Kayla Morrison. And 2 days later, they play a pretty mediocre Baylor team, don't register a single shot on goal. So it's really, you don't really know what KU you're going to get. So this weekend, heading down to Oklahoma. On Friday, they play Oklahoma. Oklahoma haven't won a single game in Big 12 this year. 0-3-3, only 5 goals. Only 1 goal, sorry, 5 goals on the whole season. I came against West Virginia in a 5-1 loss, so KU shouldn't have much problem on Friday night.
Going off on more soccer, the MLS playoffs are coming up. Sporting KC, they clinched a playoff berth after tying against Houston. And they have some pretty big games coming up this week, do they not? Yeah, they have,
there's a lot of big games around the league coming into this last week. Sporting did clinch with a 0-0 tie against Houston. Coming into this Sunday, they're playing Real Salt Lake, who also needs a win to basically clinch as well. While for Sporting, there's a couple of scenarios, basically. A win could maybe guarantee them seconds and a bye into the first round. A tie will at least give them 3rd or 4th place, which is a home game in the first round of the playoffs. While a loss on the flip side, which could happen, Sporting KC is only 2-7-7 on the road this season. Coming up against a Real Salt Lake team that does need to win, they could easily drop down to 5th, which would mean an away game in its leg of the playoffs, really. And just sticking with the professional sports as well, I don't know if you watch much NBA, but Lonzo Ball's debut last night as well.
Yeah, only had 3 points, was 9 rebounds, 4 steals.
Yeah, obviously maybe we expected maybe a bigger game from Lonzo Ball, but obviously it's his first game. He should be able to bounce back soon enough.
I'd like to see it happen. We'll be right back with more sports and special guest Jake Gladstein.
Yeah, I always just clap at the start.
This is where everyone's talking amongst themselves. Do you know how to do it? Do you know how to do it?
Are we supposed to smile?
When do we start? Somebody over here already started.
Can we talk about the piccolo part's the most complicated one?
It is. If you listen, you're doing it when the band's not playing.
You have to tell me when it starts. I still don't know.
Here we go. Now.
No humps. Nailed it.
I practiced this morning.
Mine was just 2 people.
It has a right and a wrong way of doing it. No. Wrong.
I like my way better.
I don't know how to do the end.
4.
It's just I don't know the head.
It's hard by yourself.
And we're back. Alongside Jake Gladstein, we got postseason baseball. We're in the midst of it. The Dodgers have just clinched a spot in the World Series for the first time since 1988. They'll be looking to take on either the Yankees or the Astros, who play tonight at 7 o'clock, Game 6. Justin Verlander will be taking the hill for the Astros, and Luis Severino takes the mound for the Yankees. After being up 2-0, Houston has lost 3 straight games for the first time since September 8th through the 10th. How do you see them bouncing back in Houston?
Well, you know, being on your home field helps a lot. You know, it's tough to play on the road, especially in New York. You know, that's a tough place to play, especially when you have Justin Verlander on the mound. He's a really good pitcher, so he's the right guy to have on the mound for Game 6 to try and force a Game 7.
Speaking of Verlander, since joining the Astros back on August 31st, he's 8-0 and 3-0 in the playoffs. How do you see him bringing the Astros back? How do you see him contributing to tonight's game? What's he got to do?
Well, he's going to have to do exactly what he did in Game 2. One, he's got to pitch deep into the game because the Astros bullpen has not been very good. And he's going to have to throw a lot of pitches, and he's going to have to get a lot of outs and strikeouts, especially getting out Aaron Judge and their hot hitters because they've been hitting the ball well recently.
Speaking of Judge, we've seen him come back alive this postseason. And after the All-Star break, we saw him take a little slump. We saw him take a little slump again at the beginning of the postseason. But now he's batting .313. How do the Astros contain the quality of bats from the Yankees, especially Aaron Judge?
Well, Aaron Judge is constantly looking to pull the ball, so you got to pitch to him outside and throw him a lot of stuff outside, a lot of breaking pitches, breaking balls, and not be afraid to walk him because, frankly, a walk is a little better than giving up a home run in this case with him.
Like I said earlier, the Astros won the first 2 games, lost all 3 in New York. The Yankees are 6-0 this postseason when playing at home, with averaging 5.83 runs per game with an ERA of 1.67. But on the road, they're 1-4, only averaging 3 runs per game and have an ERA of 3.38. How is the location of this game going to help the Astros? How are the Astros going to use their home? How are they going to use their home field advantage?
Well, you know, home field advantage is always, good. You know, you have your home crowd behind you always supporting you. Minute Maid Park's going to be loud. It's going to be sold out there, just like it was at Yankee Stadium. So, it's going to be the same thing just for the Astros.
How do you see this game playing out tonight?
I think the Astros are going to win. Justin Verlander is going to pitch very well. He's going to do exactly what he did in Game 2. Luis Severino is a good pitcher, but I think Verlander will outpitch him.
There you have it from Jake Gladstein. The Astros will force a Game 7. 2 words that are magical in their own. That's all we have today. Have a good weekend. Rock shot.